Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Ready Nurse Nay. Today's video we're going to be talking about 6 tips on how to pass your cumulative nursing finals. Now this could be beneficial for you if you are in any major, whether it's nursing or any other major, anything under the sun. These tips can help you. So let's get started. The first tip for how to pass your cumulative finals is to use your resources. So when I say use your resources, I mean if you have a study guide, or literal verbal instructions from your teacher that tells you specifically what's going to be on your final, use that to your advantage. If you get a study guide, that is like a perfect roadmap for what to study so that you can pass your final. We did not get any study guides at all, but we did get verbal cues from our teacher where she told us that the new material that we learned, that's going to be the more detailed information on the test that requires more critical thinking, so you really need to know that information. And there's going to be about 15 questions for the new material, and then the rest of the material, the other 65 questions or whatever, is going to be more generalized, kind of straightforward, you know it or you don't type of stuff. So that gave me information to let me know, okay, I need to make sure I know this new material really well, because it's, you know, like 1/4 of the test basically. The second tip on how to pass these cumulative finals would be to focus on the things that you didn't understand. So you're going to have to kind of review everything, but if there was something on a test that you took first, second, third, fourth, however many tests that you've taken in your class, and you know you were not clear on it, even when you went to test review, you still just were not clear on it, you need to make sure you're focusing on those things and spending a little bit of extra time so that you know that stuff, so that if it appears on the final, you know, the cumulative final, you at least have an idea of what it is and how to answer that question. So focus on those things you don't know. The third tip is going to be to do a generalized review of everything. So like there's so much information, you know, for the semester. Like my semester is basically my spring semester. This semester, you know, is January through May. So you're focusing on all of this information for these last 4 or 5 months on this one test. You're not going to be able to get every single thing, but you're definitely gonna, I would say, do a generalized review. So you're kind of reviewing a little bit generalized. You focus in on the stuff you don't know, and then you're doing a generalized review to kind of hit everything. And the idea of that is to jog your memory. You kind of should already know it a little bit because you've taken tests on it previously, and hopefully you did well on those tests, and you're just reviewing it generally so that you can kind of jog your memory. That's the purpose of that. And then the fourth tip is going to be to practice questions. So if you can get as many practice questions that are can kind of be similar to what's on the test, as many practice questions as you possibly can, is going to kind of help your mind get into the mode of, okay, these practice questions, how to answer these questions, how to critically think through these questions. It's just going to kind of help get your brain in the mode of answering questions and how to even do process of elimination and things like that. My fifth tip would be to use study groups. So if you have a study buddy or a study group, that will benefit you a lot, especially before this cumulative test. You guys can kind of, you have a different perspective, you might learn differently, you might study differently, and all those different ways of learning and studying while you're kind of in a group together or having a study buddy, it just helps to really help to make the information even more concrete in your brain. And that's great for like memory and like retaining all that information. And then of course my sixth tip is very simple, would just be to make sure you relax. And part of relaxing, making sure the night before the test you're getting a good night's sleep and you're eating breakfast the morning of the test, maybe saying a prayer or something, or meditating and kind of calming your mind before you go and take the test, so that you're as calm as possible when you go and take the test and you just pass it. Okay, you go in there with a positive mind, positive energy, and you pass that test. Whenever I have used these steps, it has always been successful for me on these tests. So I will let you know more about this semester when it wraps up, and how this fared for me on my final, my cumulative nursing final. And yeah, so I'm excited. Yeah, and see you next video. Bye.